gonna hit it.
Hey.
Hit it.
Hey. Hi.
This ain't no
Hey.
Brody. How does that song go?
What?
All I wanna do is have some fun for it.
Yeah.
Doesn't she say hit it or something at the beginning?
Does she? I don't know.
Like she says since Sheryl Crow.
I don't know. If you were talking about Shania Twain, I would be like, well, she says
Yeah, maybe that is what I'm thinking. Why would you do that now?
Why are you obnoxious?
We did this whole thing earlier. You've done it already. We're protected.
Bogey. Whatever. No one watches this anyway.
He's in trouble.
He got into his food. Monday Life Update.
Monday Life Update. I do so
And
many
that's
more
bad.
of those than you. You only do them for the show. For like the world.
Because it would started to just be funny. To make fun of you.
I was doing it to be funny.
I know.
To make fun of me. So.
So what are we here for?
Tonight we watched All Through the House.
No, so we watched, what did we watch?
Not a creature was stirring.
3615
Mafia.
Père Noël.
Oh,
Which is Dial Code Santa.
Right, but it's called
Deadly Games. If
Deadly
you watch it
Games.
on Shudder, which I think every single person who's watching it right now is watching it on Shudder, it's called Deadly Games.
Yeah, but then when the credits start, it calls it Dial Code Santa.
Yes. Yes.
So we watched that.
We watched that and we watched
All Through the House.
Better
Not a
Watch
creature
Out.
was stirring.
Better Watch Out.
The hot stockings were hung.
Better Watch Out.
Better watch out. Better not cry.
That's from 2016.
Yeah.
And Dial
17,
Code
I think.
Santa.
Is it 16?
17. 16 or 17.
I knew a date, I think. Maybe it's wrong, though. Maybe I knew nothing.
And Dial Code Santa is 1989, 1990. Something.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those.
Which
it came at the same time
crazy
Home Alone.
movie.
And apparently they were trying to sue Home Alone.
So it's got to be like 90
But honestly, I get it.
even.
But it's totally different
It's
to me
not.
than Home
I
Alone.
see why they didn't win the lawsuit. Although I think you said they settled out of court, and I don't know how they got away with getting anything out of it because it's a totally different movie. It's totally different.
Liked it.
Yeah, I did too.
I liked it. It was different.
It was insane.
Kid was crazy.
Super wealthy kid, mystery
Tomas.
dad. Mom who owns a toy company.
Yeah.
So he has like every toy ever.
That is.
But also hereditarily, he has every toy ever.
Yes. So there's a lot of stuff with toys in here because Christmas, I guess.
Yeah, I guess because Christmas.
And so there's a lot of things because she owns an insane toy store.
Yeah, that has like jugglers and.
It's insane.
Nuts.
I've never seen
They
anything
threw
like
a
it.
party, I guess. His bedroom is a fighter plane, like a life-size B-52 bomber or something. And
sure is.
he sleeps sitting up in the cockpit of it.
Yeah. Well, they live in a fucking castle.
They had yellow walls. So
Yeah. Nothing in Better Watch
I'm
Out.
getting ahead of myself.
And then we find out there's a secret passage in his room.
That goes to a refrigerator.
He opens up, a wardrobe.
Narnia.
And then, and so he literally walks into Narnia.
And Narnia is just a
And at
room.
first, when we see it, he, walks in through it. We're like, what? And then he comes out a refrigerator door.
Right, and we see him, cross a weird bridge.
Yeah. And then we, really see it when Santa comes after him. And it is insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
And he's like, all of my father's toys are here, and all of his father's toys are here, and someday all of my toys will be here.
And it's secret. No one knows about it.
Not
except
even his
him
mom and his
dad.
Dead dad.
No one knows about
dad.
it.
Actually, I guess we don't even know he's dead.
And then why is this refrigerator there?
Right. And
no one
so
opens this refrigerator.
Is maybe in a basement of this castle.
Yes.
But the basement seems like a real basic basement.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the basement of a house from 1954 with a very conspicuous refrigerator, like an old pink one,
Yeah.
tucked in behind clothing lines.
Sorry, my dog. I was distracted by this idiot over.
The dog, not me.
Over
just
there.
So that we're clear.
It was crazy. There's just a lot of crazy stuff
it's
that
nuts.
happens. He is like, he's
super
like
genius?
Rambo.
Yeah.
And like you meet him and he's
Oh.
like Rambo.
And there's a very inappropriate scene where he's like working
Yeah.
out.
There's that opening montage scene.
Made me very uncomfortable. I don't know what the French are
He
into,
is
but
8. And I was like, well, this is weird.
let's not have sweaty close-ups.
No.
And then they kind of sexualize the Santa guy.
Yeah.
Even though he's the bad guy. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Weird.
Yeah.
And he's actually, the Rambo kid is a little bit of an animal torturer.
Yes.
He like kind of tortures his dog who loves it. I
Yeah.
guess, but
Yeah, and there's trigger warning. The dog dies in this, and you totally see it. And
yeah, and then he
It's
has to
not
run
great.
around with the dead dog
then
in
he's
his
like,
arms,
because
and the
he's
tongue
gonna
is
bury
out,
it,
like,
because
flopping
he's ceremonial for him.
Yeah.
He
I just don't understand why they had to show
He
him
feels
carrying
a
a
debt.
dead dog.
I know. I don't get it either.
But maybe it's like a dog that's been tranquilized.
That's what I think it is, because there's no dogs were harmed.
Yeah, I think. And I don't speak French, but something that looked very much like it said no animals were
There's
harmed.
a pug butt right there. There's a pug butt.
It's exciting for the pug lovers out there. So what happens in that movie?
So what happens? What happens?
The toy store hires like this pedophile Santa
right?
who molests this kid's face and then hits him.
Yes.
And then they fire him, and so he figures out who fired him,
exactly.
and he goes after her son.
Yes.
And they live in this huge mansion, and her son is
He like
a
sneaks
super
into the
genius.
van that they're using to deliver this kid's presents.
Yeah.
Is that what happens?
And dresses up like Santa.
Dresses up like Santa.
And just kills everybody. Kills
the delivery guy.
At the
And then kills the caretakers.
Thank you.
And then he sets off after the kid.
Yeah.
Who's in there?
He has
castle with his
many
grandma.
opportunities to kill and does not. So I guess because he wants to molest him first.
I have no idea.
Because he like has him at one point. So I don't know.
Lots of stuff getting on faces.
Yeah, mud.
Face paint. I'm thinking mud, but at one point I'm like, where did that come from?
Right. It was very weird. But I liked it. It was just an odd.
I liked it. I don't really know how to
French
explain
film.
it. I mean,
Subtitled.
It's subtitled, so you're gonna have to read. But it's actually not bad.
No, I
Like,
mean, I
it's
think even if you
easy.
didn't read it, you'd basically know what was going on.
I mean, because the easiest way to describe it is Home Alone, the
Right.
French Home Alone
Even though
with a killer Santa.
I still don't see how the lawsuit held up.
Right, but I get it. I
Yeah.
guess, but I'm like, well, that's a joke.
Right.
But I mean, he sets booby traps. He has booby traps in his house already.
Right. He is like a
Um,
combat veteran.
Yes. Yes. He does reenactments.
He does reenactments
He
of
does
actual
reenactments.
combat that he experienced in Nam as a child, I guess. I don't know, which might be why he's some kind of Asian. I don't know. It's like
He has a
half
great
Asian.
mullet.
He
This
has an
kid has a
incredible mullet.
fantastic mullet. Layered.
Yeah,
It's
really.
wonderful.
I mean, I'm not pro mullet, but it's a good one if
It's a
you
good
were to
mullet.
have to have a mullet.
It's a good
It's a good one.
No humping, please. Sorry.
So, what else do we need to talk about in
I
the
mean,
movie? They're outrageously wealthy. The
they're outrageously
mansion is
wealthy.
kind of hilarious.
Because
and
it's
it
like,
has,
so it's like when they show it to you, it's just miniature.
And it's a castle.
And it's a miniature, and it is just ridiculous.
And they refer to it in the town as the mansion. Like the mom's friends are like, we'll keep trying the mansion. We'll keep calling the mansion.
Yes.
Which is a little awkward.
Because she can't get through to the house, so then she starts, like, freaking out, right?
Right.
And the guy, then she crashes her car. Then the guy comes. The guy comes and picks her up.
Yeah.
And they...
But not the bad guy. The guy that she was,
her, like,
hot and
boyfriend.
heavy with.
Who's, like, the accountant?
Yeah.
At her store?
Right.
Her company?
Which seems like...
Is it a company? Is it one store?
I think she owns a company. Like, she's just acquired another toy store. Isn't she talking about that with her dad and her son at the table? Like, should I buy it or whatever?
Yeah.
And then he says, I'm going to sell Santa all my toys.
Yeah. It's really about, like, greedy people.
Yeah. But it isn't.
But they're really greedy.
Because it's not a problem.
No, but they're really greedy.
Yeah.
But they're not mean.
No.
So I guess
you like him, I guess. Although he's kind of a little brat.
He is kind of
not
a brat.
Not even kind of. He
is a brat.
Such a brat.
But he did get the insulin for his grandpa.
Right. He's a brat that cares.
Yeah.
I think brats can care. Humping. Quit it.
No humps. Hey.
How many of these shows do we have to
I think
interrupt
every time.
based on humping?
Every single one of them has a humping in it, I think.
Because even my cat's a humper. But he humps blankets.
Didn't he hump you once?
No.
Oh,
God, that would disturb
me. Did he not hump a blanket on you?
No, just next to me.
Okay. So I like this one. I think it was like found a couple years ago. And
yeah.
Like,
I think it's good.
They've started re-showing it, and Shudder has it, and they might have done a re-release, like Blu-ray re-release.
Yeah, it's
good.
Definitely
it's worth a watch on
watch.
Shudder, for
yeah.
sure.
It's scary.
There was some moments
like when he's in the back of the car.
Yes, that I jumped.
So scary.
That
you did.
scared
You
me.
went like, oh!
I did not expect it at all.
Yeah, it was scary.
I rarely jump and make a noise.
Yeah, I agree. It was scary.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Recommend. 10 out of 10. Well, I mean, I wouldn't score it a 10 out of 10, but I would recommend it 10 out of 10
So
times.
there's this whole Home Alone thing, and I think we're just going to talk about Home Alone because our next movie is Better Watch Out, and they talk about Home Alone in that. Do you think Kevin McAllister is a sociopath?
No.
Like,
because he's friends with that old guy at the end.
Yeah, but like the
and
stuff that he does, right? So the stuff that he
burglars.
does, right. And I'm not trying to argue. I'm not arguing. But yes, so he does it to burglars. I think there's a thing when you get to the second one where people are like, this kid's psychotic. Because then he's just like in a city doing this crazy shit to people who didn't.
But he's still just doing it to the burglars.
Right, so there's the burglars. But then, like, I guess people think the hotel stuff is, like, sociopathic, too.
Well, he has to protect his identity.
I think people just think that he's, like,
to Tim Curry?
Crazy, yes. That he's just, like, crazy.
I mean, he's definitely not like, a normal child.
So do you think since,
Rob Schneider, like, when he doesn't give Rob Schneider a tip, and then he is like, no tip? And it's like all this money. Is that sociopath behavior?
No, I just think like the faking everything. Because he has to.
He has
yes,
to. With
he
the
has to.
Talk boy, which I think
he's faking everything with the talk boy, which
incredible.
I totally had.
I wanted one so bad. It was like my biggest dream.
Oh
not
God, it was incredible. I wish I still had it.
Credit card, you got it. My parents were like, "That's a tape recorder. You cannot. That is a
And like that movie,
$45
the movie, and like how he always uses the movie.
Yeah.
People are like, he's crazy.
Oh, I love that. It's a
So
different
do you
movie,
think since this kid, and since there's that lawsuit, there was that lawsuit that they were like, it's Home Alone.
Do I think that kid's psychotic?
Yes.
I think he's just spoiled. I think he's just a spoiled brat.
Do you think he's... I mean, I guess he goes and drives a car.
But that seems just normal in
with
France.
his grandfather.
That seems to just be a normal French thing.
He's 8.
Yeah.
He's like 8 or 9.
I don't know, man. I don't live in France. Comment below.
It seems like he might not leave that fucking castle that much, which I don't think you really.
But he has that friend.
But he has that friend.
Who must, right? He has a friend.
Pilau.
Right. Ross.
Pilau.
Piluo? Or O-U?
No, it's O-U. Like, pie.
Pilau.
Lou.
Pilu. Pilu. Some kid. So he must go to school or something. He doesn't go to school though.
Right.
He clearly is too smart for school.
That kid never comes back.
Well, he
so
dies.
Does he die?
He comes back on the bike.
And then he gets away.
And he gets away.
I was
but
like,
he almost dies.
He like almost gets the correct car, but then he gets away. And then that's just it for that kid.
He almost gets killed by the Santa.
Well, yeah, but then that's...
and then he escapes by not getting hit by a car.
But then he never comes back.
Right.
So it's not
Bad
like
friend.
he
Or
went and got
smart
help or anything like that. It's just like he's done now.
Right.
Which is fine.
Yeah, he's 8.
I guess I just thought he was gonna be in it more. And then he was not.
Yeah, he was not. But then Kevin doesn't have any friends either.
Right.
Of course, because they're all out of town for Christmas.
They're all out of town for Christmas.
The Wet Bandits.
Yeah.
Found that out.
So, okay, so for Better Watch Out, you should watch the movie before watching this, because it's, spoiler alert, we're going to spoil this movie.
Didn't we just spoil the last movie?
Yeah,
we
but Better Watch
every
Out,
movie.
I think
has
that twist in the middle.
Out that we spoil every movie.
Better Watch Out has that's that twist in the middle.
We spoil every single movie.
So.
Bit of a twist.
Bit of a twist.
So we're moving on.
I mean, are we done with
I
it?
think that we could
I think we're done with it. I mean,
if
do we offer deep insight
or whatever,
ever?
he wouldn't have tried to save his grandpa.
Right. Because he like cares about his grandmother.
Right.
And like
and his mom.
sociopaths don't care.
Right. Because he's like, we can't just sit here and wait. Mom will be killed.
Right.
In French.
Right.
Which I was going to try to make up, but I'm bad at making up languages.
We're not good at making
No.
I'm bad at speaking French.
Yeah, I don't know it. So.
3615 Père Noël. I don't know what that is. It's not French.
I don't know what it is either.
Père Noël.
Noel is how they say Santa, though, right?
Yes, so it's Santa Claus, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think it means Noel. Does Noel mean Christmas?
Yeah.
We don't speak French. I don't speak Spanish.
Is it like aloha, where it just means like everything?
Noel?
Yeah.
Noel! Oh, Noel! Oh.
No. What would it be? Would it be like Noel Friday? Or like, because Aloha Friday?
Oh.
Would it be like Noel Monday?
Yeah, there's not an end day of the week.
Noel Monday.
Noel nights.
Noel nights. You got up there by yourself. Sorry. He's 13, so big moments.
Brian's son.
He's an old man. No old man. So better watch out.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
So
David Puddy's in it, and he seems like a strange, kind of creepy man.
So David Puddy, Puddy and...
Who maybe, I guess, is a closeted gay man, because his wife seems to really think so.
You never had another man's cock in your mouth. I think
Cock
she says
in your mouth.
cock.
Yeah,
She says cock.
it's
And which is rare.
rare.
It's a rare word to hear.
I want to say that it just seems like a lot meaner to say that.
It sounds.
I don't know. She seems horribly mean.
Well, I think cock sounds like a lot dirtier than dick.
Right.
And so like it's
saying
like
cunt.
yes. So it's like
Kinda.
I mean
not as bad or whatever.
Not really, but for intents and purposes, it's like it's dirtier.
It's a bigger swear.
Right. I think it brings up more emotions.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Virginia Madsen and David Puddy are like going out to a party.
And they're the only two American actors in the whole movie.
Because it is shot in Australia and every single actor in this movie is Australian.
And all the doorknobs are here. They're so high.
So they all do really great American accents.
Yeah.
There's like a moment or two where you can be like, well, it's a little shaky.
Right, but for the most part, really fantastic.
So I feel like when you see spiders and the doorknobs is when you're like, this is not America.
Yeah, I agree.
Why are they up here? They're like way high.
They're so high. Is that really where they are in Australia?
They're
Somebody
so high.
who's been there, comment.
I want to go. I've never been.
We're going.
You have a fun.
Birthday.
You're saving money to take me.
No, saving money to take me, so that you don't have to pay for me like you did when we went to Europe.
Well, yeah, you were gonna take me because I took you to Europe.
Right. Brenda, take note. We're gonna go on the cheapest Australian vacation.
I was looking for Australia flights like years ago.
They are so expensive.
Oh my god, the cheapest one I could find was like $980, and it was round trip. And it's like, okay, it was like 42 hours long, the travel time.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
like,
not gonna work. We need like a 16-hour. That's disgusting already.
It was like 37. So it was like ridiculous.
No.
I'm like, no.
I would do a layover in Hawaii, but I'd need the layover to be like 24 hours. You know, so I could like leave and sleep in a place and get some lunch and come back to the airport and like have had one little mini day in Hawaii.
I want some macadamia nuts.
And I want
I can get anywhere, but
I want
they're
a Dole
cheaper
Whip since those are
Hawaii.
only available on the Dole Plantation and in Disneyland
and like
World.
other places.
And the State Fair in Oregon. So I'm assuming just state fairs across the board.
I feel like the cheap fair has something.
Yeah.
Like a Dole Whip.
And then we saw it at the aquarium in Hawaii.
Yes.
And I feel like they sell them just everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They're just everywhere, Disneyland.
They're everywhere.
Educate yourself.
Oh my god.
Irritating. Not a tangent. Fully on topic because we were talking about Australia. Huh.
So we meet like Luke in his room with
Luke.
Garrett, his best friend Garrett, and they're
Who
like,
is Alexander and Alexander's Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day.
Yeah.
Which is a delightful movie.
It's
Everyone
cute.
should see it.
It's
really
cute. Did you watch it with Olivia?
No, I watched it by myself.
Oh my god.
Because I'm a child.
I used to love that book when I was a kid.
Me too. That's why I watched it. Oh,
It was
maybe
cute.
Olivia was there and I'm just blocking it out.
I liked how they how everyone was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Like I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was cute. I really
cute.
liked Jennifer Garner.
Me
Wasn't
too.
she in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the mom.
Yeah.
And Steve Carell's the dad.
She just seems like a really
Nurturing.
yeah, like genuine, nurturing, delightful person. I want her to like hug me and tell me everything will be okay.
I get what you're saying.
I like hugs, and I feel like her hug would be very warm.
Yeah, like Olaf.
Like a good, like a nice embrace,
Absolutely.
a really welcoming embrace.
Yeah.
I like hugs.
You're best friends with the wrong person.
I know. I make you hug me sometimes.
Occasional hugs.
Don't touch me. It's too hot.
It's too hot. I can't eat it.
So they're like up in Luke's room and they're like talking boy stuff.
And he's sort of vaguely looking at porn, I think.
Yeah, vaguely looking at porn. Is it Ashley? Is it something Ashley posted?
I don't know, because then when we find out that she's a virgin,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think she would have posted pictures of her weirdly dark butthole through like see-through underwear.
They're talking about like kid stuff, like getting with Ashley. They're 12.
Smoking weed.
So they're 12.
They're 12.
Getting with Ashley, smoking weed,
Playing
video games, and talking about the paint can scene in Home Alone.
Right. And that Mythbusters did it, and it would smash your face off.
Yes.
But you know what? I feel like, just in fairness, that really depends on how much paint is in the paint can. And I did not think that in Home Alone they were full paint cans.
I didn't think that either.
So
is it a full paint can in this one? It doesn't seem like that.
It doesn't seem full.
Doesn't
I
seem
think
that
maybe
way.
If it was almost an empty paint can, it would still knock you down the stairs if it hit your face. But I don't think it would smash your face open.
So Ashley gets there. The dad is creepy.
Yeah, he's like real.
Virginia Madsen is
nasty.
mildly creepy to me in this movie too.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
She's like
absolutely
a creep.
Yeah.
What's her name? Deandra.
Yeah, which is Dee's name in Always Sunny. Call me Deandra.
She is creepy to me.
She's a weirdo.
She creeps me out.
The whole family.
I really like Virginia Madsen. Her character in this
family creeps.
She's like toxic masculinity.
Absolutely.
As a woman.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's terrible.
Awful. But she does, I mean,
No
that
good,
line,
very bad.
that line, when she says, you sure you haven't had a cock in your mouth?
Right. Toxic masculinity.
Really great.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity.
Even
Cock.
the babysitter is a little bit creepy because she's like, if I were your age, I'd date you. That's kind of a weird thing to say to a horny 12-year-old who's all horny over you.
Yeah. I think she's trying to like make him feel good,
easy.
right? And like let him down easy.
But
and not
he's like a disgusting killer.
Because spoiler alert, there's a bunch of stuff happening.
Whoops.
So there's stuff happening.
I got ahead of myself.
So like they're in the house for a while and they're all great, and then they like see someone from outside and like.
Oh, but first we see them, right?
Yeah,
they're like watching a movie and we can see them like.
So there's someone outside, and then a like brick flies in the window, and
which says "Leave or Die."
Yeah,
is that the book that we saw?
Yes,
okay.
And like stuff is happening. People are getting hurt.
Chasing around. There's a gun. A shotgun.
Garrett comes in. And then he's like, I gotta get out of here. Because this brick says leave or die. And he's like, I gotta land out. And he runs. And he gets shot and falls.
She gets shot and falls.
And so they're like, she's like, oh my God, he's dead or whatever. So she's like trying to figure out how to get out.
And the kid's like helping. And he's like, I'm gonna go get my dad's gun.
Yeah.
I'll protect you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay to be afraid.
Because he's a man.
Because I am
12.
man. Just like my mom.
He's 12. Yes. He's strong just like my mom.
Yeah. My
Strong
dad likes
masculine.
Wizard of Oz, so he's had
I
cock
know.
in his mouth.
Those Dorothy shoes, I was like, of all the ornaments to pull up. And it had to be like planned.
Yeah.
But like, of all the ornaments to pick up, you're gonna pick up the ruby red slippers. Friend of Dorothy. Gay. Gay.
But I think it's really horrible that she's thrown some of his stuff away.
Yeah, I agree.
Toxic.
Yeah, I'm in to like
Putty is a gay
right
man.
in the loafers putty.
Oh,
I'm
you like him.
I'm into that. He's like, am I like, whew, yeah, I'm into it. I think he's handsome.
Yeah, I think he's handsome.
He was in The Tick. Did you ever watch that show?
I did not, but I knew that he was in The Tick.
Like the live action.
Yeah, I watched the cartoon one, obviously.
Yes.
That's all I watch.
The live act, yeah, that's all you watch. It's amazing that none of the movies we watched have been cartoons.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to break you of that.
Well, I did try to get Yellow Submarine on the list.
And
I
vetoed it. I didn't really. We just haven't.
We haven't done it. So,
And then a guy is
so
in the
they're
house.
obviously they're his parents left.
Yes.
BT Dubs.
They're no longer there during
Right.
all this.
Yeah, they left, which is why the babysitter was there. And the phone line, I feel like, was even like she picked up the phone, or a pizza was delivered. Weird shit was happening.
Pizza
and
was
the kid
delivered.
threw her phone in the fish tank on accident.
Yeah.
So anyway, then they're in a closet hiding from the killer.
The guy, because there's a gunman in the house.
Yeah. And the babysitter realizes
that the hood he's wearing, the ski mask he's wearing, is Luke's.
Is in a picture where Luke is wearing it.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, that is Garrett. That's the best friend.
And so, yeah. So she, is like, Garrett. And he was like, yeah. And then so they're like totally busted, right? They
and
just
she's
been playing
like,
this joke on
you
her.
idiots.
And she's
You're
like,
in such fucking
Garrett
trouble.
tries to leave, and she's like, you stay right there, Garrett. I'm like calling your parents that you're all getting in trouble and blah, blah, blah. So she's like going downstairs. Luke runs after her and is like, Ashley, Ashley, Ashley. And she finally turns around.
And he like
pistol
whips her.
Yeah.
Down the stairs.
Down the stairs. She falls down the stairs.
All the way down.
And like, is out for a minute.
Knocked out.
Because, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, and then she wakes up and she is duct taped to a chair.
Yeah.
With her mouth duct taped shut.
And we find out that Luke is a fucking sociopath.
Yeah. Oh, he's fucking
Either
nuts.
one.
Sociopaths are just like normal people who are assholes. Right? I keep saying
Right.
sociopath
No,
too.
well...
Because totally functional people can be sociopaths.
Right. So I think
they're just awful people to like date.
Yeah, because they fake emotions.
Right.
And like that's what he does. So he
Right.
fake like because they talk about like
But
killing Garrett's
also a
hamster.
killer. So I
He
think
was
he's a
faking all
psychopath.
that. Yes. So I think yes.
He has no regard for human life.
Right.
Except then at the end, he just wants to be like clutched to his mother's bosom.
Right.
Spoiler
Right.
alert.
Right.
Like it's almost
Because
the whole
she was
point,
like,
right?
yeah, because you were like, well, why doesn't he just leave now and get away with
Right?
it? I'm like,
he
because
could
that's
just bolt.
not the point of
So
it.
I don't want to get all the way ahead of ourselves, but I'm gonna forget to make this point, so I'm gonna do it anyway. So at some point, he says his mom stops coming in to hug him goodnight, and then
Ashley says,
I know why she stopped. But basically, don't you get the impression that the whole reason he's doing this is so his mom has a reason to comfort him?
Yes.
So that she hugs him at night
Yes.
again.
Yes, that's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Insane. Okay,
the
so
entire fucking point.
then let's see, she's all tied up and they're gonna play truth or dare, and it gets a little mildly molesty. I was gonna say mildly rapey. It's fully molesty. Garrett's an idiot.
Garrett dares him to touch her boob, and we do not like non-consensual touching. We don't like assault of any sort.
We don't. I don't know how you guys feel.
We do not.
We don't care for that.
So there's that. These kids are 12.
12. Little
And Garrett
perverts.
is like high on Oxy.
Yeah, and
because he was like going through the medicine cabinet earlier.
Right, or did Luke give him one? Because he was like, I should have just started you on half a pill, or whatever.
And I feel like he brought them to Luke or whatever. Maybe Luke gave it to him.
Anyway, high on Oxy.
He's high on Oxy and weed, and they like drink champagne.
Yeah, so they're a little drunk. Oh, excuse me. High energy.
I think they drink that bottle of champagne the entire movie.
Yeah, they really sip it.
Because he like chugs it, and I'm like, well, you drink
drinks
like
the neck. It's like 2 sips. Oh, you're gonna be crazy. Of course, he has to be alert.
Right.
Really, what he's trying to do is get Ashley drunk.
Right.
Okay, so then unbeknownst to us, he has text messaged her boyfriend and asked him to come over.
Yes, Ricky.
Ricky.
And also he has roofies in a Visine bottle.
Right.
He has like roofies.
First,
that
I thought
he...
it was just Visine, and I was like, that'll make her throw up or whatever.
I know,
people
like
say
it's
about
like,
Visine.
doesn't that make you just
it
like,
makes you, like
uncontrollably vomit and like diarrhea?
What's this kind?
Like projectile vomit.
Projectile vomit.
Ugh.
And maybe diarrhea. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I've never done it, but
I don't want to do
I wasn't
it.
planning on doing it. I don't own any Visine, so even if I want to
well, I do. I smoke a lot of weed, so I have a lot of eye drops.
I have eye drops. They're just not Visine.
Well, yeah, but I think...
any?
Oh, isn't it? I always just thought it was like eye drops.
Because it's saline solution.
Right.
So you could just drink salt water, which would also make you barf.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
I mean,
so.
I've gotten it in the ocean in my mouth, and it like I had to barf.
Did you get like a huge gulp of it?
No.
I don't know.
I was in a saltwater pool once and got it in my mouth, and I didn't.
Maybe the concentration's lower.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes I'm bad keeping my mouth closed in bodies of water.
I'm hearing that. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's hard.
It is. Especially if someone dunks you.
Yeah. Yes. Then you're frightened.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, which is not the right thing to do.
No.
So, let's see. So then, Rabies, what's his name? Randall?
Ricky
shows up, and, dude, he should have kicked that kid's ass. I would have knocked that kid out. If some kid hits you, and the 12-year-old kid hits you in the head with a baseball bat, and you're like awake enough to know that that happened afterwards,
kick his ass.
that kid's getting his ass
he, like,
kicked.
Tries to, like, too late, I think.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't.
He, like, pins him. You shouldn't have pinned him. You should have slammed his
And then
head
Garrett comes up with the
shotgun.
The golf club. I don't know where that came from. There's no golf club in
Not
this
at
movie.
one time. So then Garrett comes up with the shotgun, but he doesn't shoot him. But then by then, little Wesley, what's his name? Luke is up.
Little Wesley
is up and at him, and he hits Ricky in the head and puts a hole through his face, which I don't totally get.
With the pencil. He stabs him with the pencil.
Oh.
That's under the rug.
Oh,
from when he sleepwalks.
For the sleepwalking.
That he completely is faking.
Yeah, which we didn't know.
For his mom. But she believes that he doesn't know that there's this pencil under the
So that she
rug.
knows whether or not he slept.
Yes.
Because she, like, puts it on his door.
And
then it falls off the door.
So then it
which
falls
is
off.
a weird thing to even bother doing.
So she knows that he got out. That and possibly high doorknob.
Right. Definitely high doorknob. Weirdly, like, this is where a doorknob is, right? We can all agree you reach, like, out.
Yeah.
Not in Australia.
It's up here. Why?
The tallest of people.
And, like, I didn't
weird.
really notice that the first couple times I watched this.
It was like...
And then I listened to a podcast about it. And
I thought they were all
they were talking about were the doorknobs, and that is all I could see was these doorknobs. Every single door.
And sliding doors had high sliders.
Everything.
Everything was up high.
So you just reach up.
You reach up.
In Australia, you reach up. I always just reach like out.
Even I reach out.
You
Little
reach
up,
out.
but out. Not up here.
No.
Like a baby. But I guess that's very child's.
It's good. Well, that's good for toning your bingo
arm. Maybe they have more toned arms than us. Do the Australian doorknob pull. And this is like to didgeridoo music. So it's like wow, 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 wow.
Did you have kids in high school like that
who
were
had
obsessed with didgeridoos? There was like 6 of them in my high school. My God.
You know what I was just talking about today too? Gleeking. Were you good at gleeking? You seem like you would be.
No,
I don't know why.
Only do it on accident.
Me too. I only accidentally do it when I yawn. My cousin was really good at it. Jonathan, not either of the Trust Fund kids. The one that dropped out of high school. So that
Didgeridoos. It was like, I am not that big of a stoner for this didgeridoo circle
so
right
weird.
now. Anyway.
Didgeridoos.
So Australian.
Can you guys do Australian accents? They could do American accents, no problem.
Crikey.
How come we can't easily do an Australian accent?
I cannot do accents. Everything I think just sounds British. It just sounds British or just a bad accent.
I think mine becomes Indian the longer no matter what I'm doing. By the end, I am doing this and I do not know why. There's like nothing I can do about it. I start out British and I end Indian. No idea. It's a problem. Or whatever. It's weird. And I used to be able to say that would be a concierge question with an Australian accent, okay? Because I had an Australian concierge in Disney World when I went with my cousin. Because, you know, they hire students, and she was a student. And she's like, right, that would be a concierge question. And I got pretty good at that. But now I can't even do that.
Where are we in this movie?
We're talking to the concierge. We are.
Ricky got stabbed in the cheek.
Stabbed in the cheek and knocked out, and so then he's taped up.
And then in the kitchen.
Yeah. I don't know. The kind of like this part's a little bit long. Like this. I know, part, and like, this movie lasts for a while, and it's,
for the most part, I think flies by.
Yeah,
and this part kind of just drags.
It's just a lot of them not dying for no reason.
Right. Because there's got to be like stuff with like Garrett.
Right.
And like Garrett not really knowing what's going on.
Right. And so basically it's a lot of trying to convince Garrett that he needs to let them go.
Yeah.
That happens for quite a
few
just
times.
Just continuous.
Until like the end.
Until he dies.
Garrett gets shot by Luke. Because spoiler alert, that happens.
Her go. Because Ricky's already dead.
Luke is not his friend. Which is literally what Ashley's trying to tell him. Right. When he gets shot.
Right, and so does Ricky.
Yes, why are you friends with this guy? He's not your friend. Not your friend.
Doesn't matter. Psychopaths, man.
Yeah, so...
They make you feel... Are you going to be okay?
Yeah. Tell me.
Did you drink Visine? Have you seen... Did you ever watch Workaholics?
I've watched some of it, but not...
There's an episode where... Adam Devine drinks Ipecac.
Okay.
Because he's like, I never throw up. I can drink it. And Anders is like, it's literally scientifically manufactured to make people throw up. Like, you're going to throw up. And he's like, okay, Anders, I'm going to throw up. oh no, here it goes. And then he does. He does throw up because it's scientifically
it
manufactured.
Is what it's made for.
It's basically Visine on purpose.
Adam Devine is an idiot.
So funny.
He's so funny. I still think of his mom.
Yes, and all of her signs. Not a tangent. We're talking about Visine because the roofies, which she wastes because he pours it all into one alcoholic bottle and she kicks it out of his hand or headbutts it or something.
Headbutts it. And it drops and breaks.
This is the mistake that child psychopaths make. One dose of roofie.
Well, it was like a lot.
Yeah, but he wastes it
all.
I
know, he puts it all. I'm like, you didn't need to use all that.
Bush League.
You didn't need to use all that.
2 drops, it's probably. 2 drops. Right?
You're trying to kill her?
Very certain. Do you remember earlier when we said we weren't okay with non-consent?
2 drops. Well, I feel like I got roofied one time in a bar.
Do you think so?
Yes.
I thought I got roofied
because like my friend and I were like, it was Jared, and Jared and I had been like drinking.
Yeah.
But like we were fine. We had met up with some other friends, and I was fine. Met up with some other friends, went to the bar, I ordered a Pabst.
Right.
And then I
Fucking
had to
close
be
to
like
water.
carried out of the bar because I couldn't walk. There's no way.
Right. That doesn't make any sense.
There's no way that would, and I could barely remember things the next day.
Crazy.
So I swear it was roofied.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure the time I thought people suggested I may have been roofied, I think that I had just drank a lot.
Was that on your birthday?
Was that Chrissy's birthday? We went to this bar called Thatcher's, and I had like 3 shots, which isn't a ton of alcohol.
But
and
for you,
I don't drink a lot, but probably I drank more then because it was like 4 or 5 years ago, so I hadn't completely sworn it off. And I had like 3 shots over the course of a little bit of time, not like no time. And then I went out and had like half a cigarette, which I don't smoke. And I know smoking and drinking can kind of make you not feel great. But I had like half a cigarette. And it was with this weird son and dad that were like at the bar together. And they were just a little weird. And then I was like violently ill. And I know how I got home because my apparently friend put me in the car with this person that she knew the husband of. And was like, can you take her home? Stranger. You had me taken home by a stranger.
Who is this, Chrissy?
Yeah, how's she thinking she's going to be #1 best friend with behavior like that? Chrissy. It's him. He did it. He got it. He bought my friendship today.
He totally did.
Should I get it?
If you want to,
I do want
to.
You keep talking about the show.
Where were we?
So let's see.
We're still Ricky's not dead yet. So Luke has a great idea to just test the Home Alone theory, and so he
thinks that if you get hit with a paint can, your head smashes in.
Yeah, that your head smashes in.
His friend thinks your body just gets like if you were in a chair, you'd tip over.
Yeah. So, Luke wants to prove that.
Was my hair really greasy when I walked by and showed you guys the back of my head? Excuse me. I don't have anything to say. I'm just back.
It is really pretty.
It's so pretty.
It is really pretty.
Oh, it smells really good. Do you want to smell it? I know you know what Gucci smells like. But
yeah, it smells good. It smells
guys,
like
don't
money.
mug me outside of Brian's house tonight.
I know, God, they're gonna come here.
Don't do it. Brian. You have one.
Ricky gets pulled out into like the foyer, right? And
there's like a stairway with a banister
and
down, looking down.
Yeah. So Luke gets a rope and a can of paint.
Yellow paint. Unbelievable. No yellow in
there is
the whole
no
house.
yellow in this house. And there's no yellow.
Prove us wrong.
It is like warm tones in this house. Where is this bright yellow paint?
Yeah, and like weird Tuscan sponging.
Right. Where's the yellow paint? So Luke throws the paint can.
Smash his fucking face in.
And it misses the first time.
Then
the second. And I love it with the yellow and then the
red.
Blood.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like, it's really cool.
It's a good death.
See it.
But you know it happened.
But you feel it.
You feel it. It's a good death.
And so Luke was right. It smashes your face in.
Yeah, but in the meantime, Ashley has freed herself with a piece of glass, just like in Die Hard, our other Christmas classic that we did earlier this year.
Yeah. Doubled with
Lethal Weapon. Where
Almost said
not
Loaded Weapon
Australian Mel Gibson is there.
Right?
Yeah. Not Australian. And these are Australian.
Yes.
Not a tangent. You thought it was.
And they're playing Americans.
We came right back. Crikey. So, anyway, so then he's dead. And we're waiting for the other ex-boyfriend, Jeremy,
Yes.
to show up.
Who is played by the guy who... He has a weird name. It's like Decre or something is his real name.
Right.
He plays
who
Billy.
plays Billy, the psychopathic
in,
older brother
that
of
show. That TV show.
the other girl.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Like that show that...
Is she a lesbian?
Kids on Bikes show.
Am I making that up?
What? Who?
The redheaded girl. Is she into girls?
Oh, his sister in Stranger Things? No.
She seems kind of like Jodie Foster.
Well, she's dating... What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think we know yet.
It's middle school.
Right. I like that Jodie Foster vibes, though.
Thanks. I throw it out there anytime I can.
So...
I just almost dropped it.
So
I wasn't
Ricky's
rubbing
dad,
it over my whole body.
Jeremy gets to the house. She hasn't escaped yet, right? Has she escaped?
I think that what's the kid's Garrett
yes, so
tries
when
to free her.
Yes, because when
and he gets shot.
Yes, so when Jeremy is there, she has already tried to escape. So she's tied up in the lights.
Right. And then you know what? We love Jeremy. First of all, cute.
He's so cute.
Dumb.
He's
cute
like
and
dumb. Because when like Luke calls him to get him over there, he's like, I'm calling for Ashley. And he's like, there's no Ashley here. I think her name's Ashley.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Ashley.
He's like, there's no Ashley here.
Green.
Bye. And like
That
hangs
seems
up.
right,
And he's
though.
just like, he's stupid.
Yeah.
And he is, but he's so
an idiot.
cute.
But he's so
And
cute.
he knows that this kid's fucked up, I think. Doesn't he?
He seems to.
Although he still sits down on the swing set
Dumb.
and like, he's dumb and writes this note.
Right.
Because Luke hangs him.
I
From
don't
the swing
really
set
understand how he gets the noose around
with
his
a
neck.
tractor. He sneaks up behind him and slips it over.
I think it's supposed to be a riding lawnmower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway,
so he's on a riding
whatever.
lawnmower and he hangs
strangles
him.
You know, okay, here's what I can't figure out. So, all these people have died. Oh, let's kill her really quick, and then I'll say the thing I can't figure out. Because he hangs him.
Oh, yeah, he hangs him.
He goes inside, and he's telling Ashley
Because
how
he
he's
catches
going to get
Garrett.
away from...
He kills Garrett.
Garrett kills Garrett and is telling Ashley how he's going to totally get away with everything.
Because he's a fucking...
Because he's a psychopath.
Psychopath, incel, Kyle Rittenhouse kid.
Right. Who, I guess, triggers people.
I think there's just a lot of sexual assault and toxic masculinity. And, like, him thinking that he, like, owns her. Because that's basically what it boils down to, right? That is pretty much
the whole thing, yeah.
So, I think a lot of people are just rightfully triggered by that.
Yeah. Did I seem like I was disbelieving
No.
the trigger?
No.
Sorry if I
No.
did.
No.
I didn't.
No.
I just, I think it would be difficult to watch a lot of horror movies if you're triggered easily by psychopaths. And so you might just avoid them. I'm not trying to, like, victim shame. I don't even know if it would be blame. I'm just saying.
You are, so.
I'm just saying.
You are.
Like, I don't watch movies about bees. I don't watch the Bee movie. I don't watch that.
You never
What's
watched
her name
the
in
Bee
the Bee?
movie?
I don't watch
Tequila and the Bee?
Tequila and the Bee. I don't watch the
Sorry.
Habits of Bees or what. Are you tearing out the pug?
Yeah, because I just got
I
into
have
this
more
pug
of that
and I had to
paper.
make
Do you
sure.
just want me to cut you a fresh
Oh,
pug?
he's a cute pug.
Well, they're all the same. Oh, you know what? You'll get another chance with your other present.
I got more presents.
One. It's Gucci, so we'll be totally even.
It won't be. It's really pretty.
So pretty. So anyway, then. Okay, so he kills Ashley. She thinks that she can just ignore him because she thinks that's what his mom did.
Yes.
And that he will just, like,
triggered.
Right. He loses it.
He loses his fucking mind.
Which I think she thinks he'll do, and that somehow that will end in her being okay, but instead it ends in her being stabbed in the neck.
Yes.
So he stabs her in the neck.
He stabs her in the neck.
And
then he gets that to like...
to pull one over.
And this to me is where it feels really Home Alone.
Yeah.
Where he like sets everything up and cleans everything up and is like setting up this crime scene.
The only thing is I don't think it's a believable crime scene.
Not at all.
Because it's like
Not at all.
Jeremy killed everybody.
Yes.
I guess. And then hung himself. But why would he kill one of them with a paint can? Why would he have paint on his hands from that? But like, it feels a little rushed. Right. I think they could have cut down on some of the like
the paint can death is
a long.
It's just for us. It's for like the set piece, right? It's just for that. It is. There is no logical reason in this scenario
that you could ever kill someone with a paint
and, like,
can and it would be
get
like
away with
self-defense.
Right, and like Jeremy came in psychopath, killing everyone, and took time to find a paint can, and a rope, and set it up, and kill this kid.
After he stabbed somebody in the neck and stabbed another, and shot someone with a shotgun. But this guy gets hit with a baseball bat, stabbed in the face, and then has a paint can smash his face open.
Yes.
And then Jeremy goes and hangs himself in the garden.
Yes.
It just doesn't seem super believable.
So he sets all this up.
Gets the pencil back.
Gets the pencil back on his door. Has to like... He can't like do it from inside.
And the fun thing is you're kind of rooting for him, right? You're
know,
like, oh my god, your parents are almost home.
You're just like, hurry.
Don't tip it over.
And I don't want to do that for him.
But you do.
Like, so
I don't know why.
ends up just like closing the door and putting it up and then going through another room and going out onto the roof.
And then accidentally tipping stuff over.
So many things on the roof because they have a deer in a sleigh and candy canes, and he like knocks all of them over. Which again,
I still think there would be footprints all over that. Like, there's no way he would have gotten away with this. I know that I think that we're supposed to think at the end that he does get away with it.
Maybe. But
or at least
don't know.
Gives it another try.
So he gets in his room. His parents are coming out because he's tracking them the whole time.
Right. Which we kind of don't know until
I
almost a little over halfway.
The first time I saw it, I didn't really catch it until the end, and then this time I was like, "Oh yeah, he's doing that," and that was like halfway through.
So anyway, they come in. He fakes that he's been asleep the whole time.
Virginia Madsen starts screaming
because she thinks that her baby's dead.
Yes.
She goes up and cradles him. He's finally happy.
That's all he wanted.
And the police show up, and they're taking everybody out, and they've got somebody who's alive.
We got a live one! And so he, his mom is like, I'll be right back, and, goes down to see what's going on. He's at his window.
And it turns out it's Ashley.
Watching Ashley.
And she was duct tape.
Stabbed in the neck, but...
1,001 uses for duct tape.
She's stuck because she had so much duct tape
all over her. So
she stuck duct tape on her neck and fucking survived this shit.
Pretty impressive.
And flips Luke the bird.
Yeah.
And it's very cathartic and it's very
great.
Good
you feel great.
This kid's not gonna get away with it.
And you're like, yeah.
And the credits roll and we're like, yeah, this bitch gonna take him down.
Taking him down.
And
downtown. And then he goes, Mom, I'm worried about Ashley. We should go see her in the hospital. Whatever. Yeah. So then you think that potentially he goes to finish
at it again. He's just gonna do it. Hopefully she fucking tells someone.
I would think that she tells the EMTs. She's conscious enough to flip someone off. She's conscious enough to start talking.
Wouldn't you just be like, that kid's a fucking psychopath?
Yeah.
That kid
did it.
That
kid did it. And if he'd been smarter, he would have injured himself to at least make it seem like he fought off a killer. But no. He was asleep in his room the whole time.
Just some crazy Home Alone
shenanigans
in these two movies.
Yeah.
I like them both.
I do too.
They were fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed them.
It's weird to say that Better Watch Out is fun, but I think it's fun.
It's a fun movie.
He is a shit. He's awful.
Yeah, but he does a great job at
He's really good.
And he does like a little psychotic dance,
Yeah.
which I like. Which
Yeah.
is that like American Psycho? Is
Yes.
that what movie?
That's very American Psycho.
I haven't
like,
seen that, but I
dances,
think
you should
that
watch it.
happens,
It's really
right?
good, yeah.
I don't know if I can curb stomp. I don't know if I. Isn't there curb stomping in American?
That's American
Psycho?
History X.
You're right. That's what I'm thinking of. Christian Bale, though.
He does feed a cat. No. Edward Norton's in American History X.
No, Christian Bale's in American Psycho. Yeah.
Yes. He does feed a cat to an ATM.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad.
Spoiler alert. It's a Christmas movie also.
Oh, maybe we can weasel it in. Sweezel. Watch
It's
it
set
right now.
during the holidays. That's all I meant by that.
Oh.
There's like a Christmas party scene. Reese Witherspoon's in it.
Oh.
Yeah, you love her.
I love her.
She's a delight.
She's so cute. Sweet Home Alabama.
Annie Leibovitz. We'll get Annie Leibovitz.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Din Din Snap.
So good.
So that's
we're
it. We
trucking
watched
along.
those. We
Yeah.
watched those too, and they were great. And both of them recommend. The first one, Dial Code Santa, is insane, but entertaining.
It's
And
entertaining.
the second one is pretty gruesome and messed
Frustrating.
up, but also entertaining.
Entertaining. Just good old Christmas fun.
Yeah, with didgeridoos.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't any, because they're pretending they're in America.
Yeah,
Even though we
right.
would never put a doorknob here.
Ever.
Ever.
Why?
Why would you? It makes everybody look like they are very small.
And their spiders look different.
Creepier, I think.
Even like
Although
they were like
spiders are
small baby ones.
But they were
like
huge. No, that's the only thing about Australia that I'm not looking forward to
I know
for our
bugs.
birthday party.
I'm terrified of the bugs.
That's why we
And
need
I'm
Disney
not
to open something in Australia. Hear me out.
Terrified of
Because-
bugs.
right.
But like that
They are
scare
bugs.
me.
Yeah, plus they have the most deadly bugs in Australia and the world.
Deadly.
Deadly. Shrimp on the barbie.
Deadly.
What's that guy's name? Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Crocodile Dundee.
Not
Sorry.
Crocodile Dundee.
Did he say shrimp on the barbie?
Didn't he?
Is he the one
'Cause
who says that?
Steve Irwin's like the crocodile
Yeah.
guy. I
But
don't think I think it was Crocodile Dundee.
says throw another shrimp on the barbie?
Yes.
It's not a knife. Throw
That's
another
a-
shrimp on the barbie.
That's a knife.
It's a knife. I see you played knife, spoon, knife, fork. I just turned into like Cary Grant. Oh, die.
Not seen Crocodile Dundee in so long.
I don't think it's good.
I
I would
remember the
watch
second
it
one is
again.
not good.
Right. Crocodile
Not.
Dundee gets lost in New York. It's based on Home Alone 2, and it's
Not good.
not good.
But I don't even remember the first one.
I don't really remember it either. Maybe it is good. I think it's like Indiana Jones type good, where you're like, I like this because it's part of my childhood.
Right, so it's nostalgic and of
the
its
word.
time.
Yes.
It's
And
of
it's
the
when
moment.
America was real obsessed with Australia.
Yeah, we
and
loved
we were
it.
all wearing
And,
that koala brand.
What koala brand?
The brand koala.
I don't
it a
remember that.
Google it.
I don't remember
And all those teachers wore those weird pattern shirts from
that. Well, and there
Australia.
was that store, Blue Koala.
That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That
and
was,
then-
used to be, it was started by Olivia Newton-John.
Oh. Who's Australian?
Yes.
Let's get physical. Physical.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And she was in Greece.
Yes, the first one.
Sandra Dee. Look at
She's
that.
in Xanadu as well.
Never saw it.
So
We
good.
should watch
We
it.
should watch it. Or I think it'll really inspire your roller skating.
I need to roller skate here because my streets are not appropriate.
Well, come here, roller skate.
I have them in the back of my car. Let's go
Fucking
right
roller
now.
skate's wet
We need
and
to go.
dark.
We're roller skating.
Yeah, we're
Goodbye
roller-
from me
bye.
and Gucci. I mean Brian.